Hello everyone, and welcome back to my den. I'm Kane Lowen, and today we are back with more Dragon Quest III. This verse is pretty much the same as the last one. That's the previous one, I should say. We're still on the bad audio that I just deleted and will be um redoing. So yeah, because I don't know if I have I don't know if I have access to a save from like before all of this happened. So I'm literally just having to go out of my way to like um re-record. Like I edited all the footage that you're seeing right now. So I'm just recording new voiceover that I'm just editing on top of it. So if the audio, if my like voice seems disconnected, that's why. Here we're getting I'm blanking on what the item was. I think it was a recovery ring or something. And there's a diary, or at least a diary page, that was also in the chest that we will quickly come to understand was Ortega's diary. And we'll be getting a little bit more backstory about what exactly he was doing here in the underworld. Because if you remember, the NPCs, some of them have mentioned that Ortega was here in the underworld. We're not sure when he got here. We're not sure how he got here. As far as the overworld is concerned, he died fighting Garboil at the volcano. So how he ended up here in the underworld is anyone's guess, really. But fucking hell, hold on. So sorry about that. Yeah, I'm having stupid fucking computer issues right now with my hard drive. So I was watching the part and then it just randomly did the whole media not found shit. So I'm not sure how this will all sound and all sync up when I get down to adding the audio, but whatever. That's also the beauty of like having the post commentary completely disconnected from the main audio or from like the main video. I can just edit this however I want. But anyway, so it's talking about how Ortega has amnesia. So he remembers some things but not others. He doesn't, like, he remembers a woman, an old man, and a young, like, basically newborn baby. He doesn't remember who any of them are, though. He doesn't remember he had a wife, he doesn't remember he had a child, and he doesn't remember, it's never explained whose side of the family your grandfather's from. Like your grandfather who lives with you and your mom, it's never explained if he's from your mom's side of the family or your dad's side of the family. I guess at a certain point it doesn't really matter, does it? But yeah, so Ortega doesn't remember anything about his previous life, or at least he remembers a very precious little of it. And so we know or at least we have good reason to believe he's around here somewhere, but it's still a matter of finding him. And this part, I'm in, where am I again right now? I'm in Gallenholm right now, I think. I could be mistaken. At some point maybe I'll open the menu and be able to see it. I don't remember. Or maybe I'm back in, no, I'm not in Cole. I'm definitely not in Cole yet, but I don't remember where I am currently in the video. But we'll actually be getting a decent amount done this time around, and I didn't have to cut that many battles either, because I've been using Padfoot the whole time. So I think I only had to cut like maybe 5 or 6 battles from the entire video, and yeah, this video is a long one too. I think it's longer than the previous one by like a couple minutes or something. Well, a couple minutes after, not including like the outro and everything. But yeah. So this dude is basically just saying like he's basically lamenting that Ortega went to like Zona's island and nobody's seen him since. So that tells us that even if Ortega is still alive, that's where he'll be. So we need to make our way there if we want to find him. Although it's kind of crazy when you think about it that like this entire game doesn't start with you looking for your father. You fully believe your father died like well over a decade ago. And you're just and so you're just going on this adventure to finish what he couldn't. And then you find out after all's said and done that no, your dad is still alive. He's just been somewhere that he can't easily get back from, and he has amnesia, so he doesn't even. So he probably didn't even think to go look for you anyway because he doesn't remember you exist, which is kind of sad. Really interesting, but really sad. And yeah, here's the monster that's in this map for you to get. Polly, the what is that? A regular chimera? Oh, there's a magic door there. Did I open that? I don't remember. I guess we'll find out. But the fact that I don't remember going through that door probably tells me that I didn't, because I am stupid like that sometimes. Okay. No, it's not a door, because I just walked right up to it and it didn't open or anything. Maybe it's just a decoration. I don't know, but yeah, so we're just looting this random old guy's house. Nothing super vital in here, but nothing bad either. And yeah, this guy must have. I'm gonna guess that this dude doesn't go out very often because it's a hell of a trek to get back to his house. There's no other exit or entrance into or out of that house, apart from the one like off to the left, and all that's there is a bridge, and you have to go all the way around to get back to the rest of town. Like that architect must have fucking hated whoever that house was built for. We don't know if it was built for the old man or even if the old man built it himself. We don't know like if it was built for him or if he just bought it and it was built for somebody else who knows how long ago. All we know is that whoever that house was originally built for, the architect must have hated him because goddamn. Well, I'm in Ribbledar right now. I'm not in Cole or Gallenholm. I'm in Ribbledar. I was in Gallenholm last part. That's right. And I go to Cole. Spoiler alert! I go to Cole later in this part. I don't remember what I'm talking about here, but yeah, it's Wait, what am I doing? Oh right. I noticed right as I left there was a pot right there that I didn't look in, and it's only a few gold coins, but it's the principle of the thing. All right, I believe at this point I'm mentioning that I've done basically everything that I can walk to, so I'm looking at the map to see where I can like fast travel to move on with the story. So it's the only places, because right now we're nowhere near our boat. Our boat's like basically on another landmass practically, and also be showing something off that you could probably already guess just by me mentioning that, but just in case you can't, I'll be showing off something that, believe it or not, does make sense in the grand layout of this world. Although I realized during editing that I probably could have just fast traveled to that cave up there and had the boat probably be like just off to the north, because I think that the boat goes to like the nearest spot that it can while being in the open ocean. But yeah, Dragon Quest 1 takes place, I think, I don't remember if it's ever directly stated like how long after Dragon Quest 3 Dragon Quest 1 takes place. It's enough time for the story of the hero in this game to fade away into legend, with the hero in that game being named after the hero of this game, or well, we'll get to that. That's revealed in part 50. I don't remember if or part 51. I don't remember if I talk about it, but it is revealed in the finale what that's all about. But yeah, right now I'm checking to see if this world has like, if this like world map has like world wrapping or screen wrapping, whatever it's called. where you go all the way in one direction and come out the other. And no, it doesn't. Because if you played Dragon Quest II, you know what's supposed to be in that direction, so screen wrapping really wouldn't make any sense, but I figured it was worth a shot. But yeah. Because it's always crazy to remember. Dragon Quest II has the entirety of Dragon Quest I's map in it, and as far as I know, it's completely optional. You never even have to go there. They just included it because, basically. Which is honestly really cool. I meander on the boat for a while, because I could go straight to, Cole is where I'm headed currently, but, I could head straight there, but, instead I meander a bit and, like, go to a few different secret spots and look around the northeastern continent a little bit more. Northeastern continent, in quotes. I think you could technically consider it all one continent, kind of. Just like a mainland mass, and then like a series and like an archipelago around it or something. But I don't know. It kind of just depends on who you ask for the most part. Would you believe that the only thing that determines whether a landmass is a continent or not is if the people living on it want to consider it a continent? That's like the only that's apparently the only qualification it needs. If the people living there think it should be its own continent, it gets like surveyed as its own continent. Which I think is really funny. But like, there's some places that probably could be considered continents that just aren't because the people living there don't think it should be. There's one place in particular, but for because reasons, I'm not going to go into that right now. If you know, you know, but yeah, I just don't want to discuss that sort of thing here. But anyway, so I'm just moseying around this archipelago, looking around, seeing what I can find. There's still a bunch of stuff here that I can't like do just yet, or not. That's not what I meant to say at all. I don't know why I said it. Like, we're back to the same issue we've been having for a while, where like most of this random like equipment and items and stuff that you find scattered about the overworld or whatever are just things that you have to assume must have been meant to just be sold, because like we're at very, very late game. Hell, depending on who you ask, we're at post game right now, and like we're still getting so much like early mid game shit. But like there's no way this was meant to be anything other than selling fodder, because I refuse to believe they expected anybody to make actual use of this early on, or this late rather. But yeah, so now I'm making my way down, because it's never a bad idea to explore and like just open up as many locations as possible, because that's more places you can just fast travel to later, right? Here's another secret spot. I don't know if there's anything here to find for the most part, but it's another secret spot you can go to. Oh hey, yeah, there's this. Someone in town really ruffled my feathers recently. Craw, still wondering how I should get back at them. He never says which town. But yeah, it's a Elysium bird in disguise. Cronus. I guess because it's called an Elysium bird, they gave it like a Greek mythological name, because Cronus is a Greek thing. It's weird because like Cronus is a Titan, I think, but he's also associated with time, because I think that's where the term chrono, like chronology and stuff, comes from. So I don't know, it's very strange to me. And here we have Quagmire Cave, which is only one level, and there's, to my knowledge, no enemies in it. It's it's a mine, oddly enough. Or at least that's what it seems to be, because it just has these like these miners in it. Although they're not really dressed like miners. They're more dressed like martial artists. It's kind of weird. And like normally in a lot of like fantasy settings, you know, miners are definitely generally gonna be like dwarves or something. Oh, this one. There's another disguised monster. It seems I'm in a spot of toil and trouble. And yeah, she's a I don't remember what this enemy type's name is, but her given name is Hagatha, which I think is really funny. So yeah, we have this dude here. He gives us a hint about how to find something a little bit later in the game. He tells us how to find Zenithium, which you may remember we ran into far, far, far earlier in the game, but we didn't have a way to get it at the time. So yeah, there's that. And I'm still looking around, seeing if I can find anything. There's not much else here. There's that hint about the Zenithium, and there's the recruitable monster, but other than that, there's basically nothing down here. I think I come back here one more time in like it's either part 49 or 50 that I come back here. If it's part 49, then I'll be doing separate voiceover over that too, but if it's part 50, then we'll be back to live audio at that point, where I just come back here because I mistakenly think there's something else here to do, but no. That place only exists for the hint about Zenithium and the recruitable monster, that's it. And in the original release, it probably had even less purpose, because all that would possibly be there for you to find is the hint about the Zenithium. Nothing else. Which is funny to me. Here, we're on the landmass that Cole is on, so I just go ahead and go by foot over here. Also, if you ever want a trick, I think I showed this off in a much earlier part, but if you ever want a trick to teleport your boat somewhere to have easier access to it, basically just fast travel to wherever you already are, and the boat will be moved to somewhere closer to it if you docked it super far away or something. It's a really funny workaround that I don't know if it was intentional, but I love the fact that it's an option. Yeah, all that seems to be here is that that one barrel. Unless I find something else. Yeah, no monsters or anything here. Oh, another barrel. Although neither of them has anything especially interesting, I don't think. That one had something that I thought might be interesting in it, but I guess nobody can equip it because it's not showing up in any of their inventories. One thing that this game doesn't do that I think some like later games might let you do, or might do, is I think that later games, if you pick up a piece of equipment, it'll at least tell you like what job or what vocation it's is equipable, like is able to equip it. This game doesn't do that as far as I know, so you could have a bunch of equipment for vocations that none of your party members have, and the only thing you'll know for sure is that none of them can equip it. Not even like what vocations can, just that none of your characters can. Hold on. But yeah, I had another one of those issues where it's so annoying that like sometimes there'll just be a day where my I keep all my video files on a separate hard drive, and like sometimes there'll just be a day where like it just has connection issues for no reason I can figure out. It's pretty old, so I can definitely understand there being some issues, but like it'll just randomly disconnect for like a split second, and then my editing software will just say like media offline, and I won't be able to see anything. Oh, did I leave this battle in? Yeah, I left this battle in for some reason. I don't know why. I guess I just missed it in editing. I was admittedly a little bit distracted, so it's whatever. Plus it was like 10 seconds, and we got to just show another Kazap swoop. But yeah. So like whenever that happens, it's annoying because I'm recording this voiceover on Audacity, not on like my editing software itself, which does have the option, does have the capability to record voiceover, but for some reason when I tried to do it earlier, like yesterday for the previous part, it would show the bar moving, but the moment I stopped recording, the whole thing just went away. And then even when it didn't, it just wouldn't record anything, even though I have the mic audio, like the mic settings set properly. It's weird, and I don't understand why it's doing it. So I gave up on that and just started using Audacity. But because I'm on Audacity and like I don't have the like I have to basically stop the video playback and the recording separately. It can be hard to sync up, which is why it's especially annoying when something like this happens. But here we have Cole, and we have a couple people from Japan, actually. We have this woman here and her husband, who we will be seeing in a bit, who runs the item shop, I think. And they basically they say that like they fled Japan to escape from Orochi, because that would have been while Orochi was still active. And and I mentioned in the original recording that Orochi's desperation is the last video that I have up, that I have like public on my YouTube channel right now. At the time of this voiceover, at the time of this edit. So I think it's funny that like my most recent video just randomly showed up in somebody's recommended or whatever. Like it just randomly showed up in somebody's algorithm months after I published it, and like they left a really nice comment, and I and like subscribed and everything. It was really cool, but it's just so funny. Like, you know, you hear about YouTube channels basically dying when somebody doesn't post for a while because the YouTube algorithm just takes them out of circulation or whatever, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but whatever. And and so the fact that random video from months ago now showed up randomly recommended on somebody's you know, profile was really cool to me. But yeah, I'm just exploring this place now. I think I look at this item shop, or this weapon shop's like stuff, but I don't remember if I buy anything. I mean, I can barely afford anything anyway. I buy that Sage's staff, I'm cleaned out. And I can't even afford that mirror shield, although I don't even think the mirror shield's very good at this point. Let's see, Panda can use it, and it's a decent upgrade for him, it looks like. Like 70 something more protection, but I can't afford it. And a minor downgrade for Kane. I don't remember what Kane has equipped. Although it's either in the next part or the part after that we get Kane fully decked out in her best stuff. Oh wait, I already had a mirror shield. I guess maybe it was in a chest or something. And then I just but I didn't have it equipped to Panda because I guess I didn't realize he could use it. And I'm just looking at Panda's other like equipment options. The catsuit is an option that gives better defense, but I think Panda uses his agility just as much as his defense, and the catsuit would have given a massive downgrade to agility, so I just leave him with the with whatever he had equipped. I already forgot. And here I'm saving the game because I hadn't saved in a while. Like I think I would quick save. This game does allow quick save. So if you're just in a dungeon or like, you know, the overworld or something, and you don't have time to go back to a town and save, you can just go into the menu and quick save. But that quick save is deleted as soon as you load it up. So you can't exactly save scum doing that. What is this? Even I don't remember this. Oh yeah, the fairy flute. It's just sort of randomly here for some reason. Um, but it's yeah, we're talking to this guy in the hot spring. I think he's okay. I was about to say, like, do they really just straight up have him naked? No, they don't. He just has his hands behind his back, so it looked like something else. But he has a towel around his waist. They obviously are not going to have full nudity in one of these games. You know, like, sometimes the designs might push the envelope just a little bit. You know, like Jade in Dragon Quest XI, but like they're not going that far. Okay. I forget what this witch's deal is. She mentions a sphere of light and a sphere of darkness, but so I think it's like maybe just supposed to hint at what you're supposed to be looking for or something. I don't know. I really don't remember. And we're gonna talk to this lady again. She mentions Orochi's ransom and how she and her husband fled Japan, and I think they got into shipwreck or something, and instead of just dying at sea or something, they ended up here. Which this place is not like, you know, I've been referring to it as the underworld, but that's only because you reach it by going down the pit of Giyaga. So it's not really like an afterlife of any kind. It's not hell or anything, if that's what you were wondering. It's just a separate, basically a separate reality that happens to exist in I guess the plane below the one that we were born on. That's all I'm gonna say about that because the rest is spoilers. But anyway, honestly, you could almost think of it as like the Matrix or something more than anything. And here's the lady's husband. Be sure to pay attention to what this guy says because I didn't, and it had me a little bit confused when I was recording this. I don't remember what exactly I was talking about or what exactly I was doing. I think I think with this cutscene going on, I took a moment to like respond to messages or something, so I just flat out stopped paying attention for this cutscene, and then I come back and I'm like, wait, what was he talking about? I don't remember. But yeah, he's talking about how his prized hammer, like when he and his wife fled Japan, he lost his hammer, which is supposed to be like a really, really good hammer, and so he, with the right materials, he could forge the Sword of Kings for us, but he can't do it without his hammer, and he can't do it without Zenithium. So there's your big hint, nudge, nudge to what you're supposed to be doing. And I think we also need the Broken Sword, because I think it's like the Broken Sword was the Sword of Kings, and like it's apparently a sword so durable that it took like 3 days of just non-stop efforts to break it to finally get it to snap. Like it's crazy how durable the Sword of Kings apparently is. And it's not to be confused with the Sword of Kings from like Earthbound, by the way, in case you were wondering. Which is like a weirdly rare weapon that's only usable by the one character in that game who doesn't have any other weapon that they can equip, because they're mostly hand-to-hand combat. But yeah, and I also used a couple magic seeds there because I was like curious and confused as to why Kain seems to have the least MP, or why his MP seems, or her MP seems to run out the fastest. It's not because she has the least MP, it's just because Kazap especially uses up so much MP that basically a few casts of it and she's tapped out. And so at this point, I'm done in coal, at least for right now, and I'm about to make my way to the Tower of Rubis there, and that's where this part will end in like a minute. What am I doing? Oh, I'm fast traveling back to Oh, actually, I just talked about this earlier in this part, and yeah, I fast traveled right back to Cole to move my ship somewhere closer, so I didn't have to travel all the way back down the continent to get to it. I love the fact that I talked about that earlier, and I just happened to do it in the same part. Also, at the time of this voiceover, I have just gotten the okay from Momozaki to use her music in my videos. I don't know if I'll be doing that anytime soon, but be sure to listen for that. And check her out on, like, I'm guessing YouTube. She's apparently on Spotify and stuff. Her music is absolutely fantastic, and I cannot recommend it enough. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm ending this part here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And take care.